All right, ready for your voice, your power.
Very good evening to all of you. My name is Tinashe. Tinashe 1873, that's my surname. I've been your cameraman for the night. Firstly, I'd like to thank Mr. Mpasiri who asked Stephanie so that she could be with us this evening and share the experiences of the United States of America. And I'd also like to thank the diplomat and his wife for also gracing this phenomenal occasion. And I'd like to thank each and every individual that made this event possible by being here. Mr. Mpasiri is a man that I look up to. He's a man that inspires me. I am a member of the 1873 network because of this phenomenal gentleman, Mr. Mpasiri. I came to him with a business that I needed him to assist me with. But then he gave me something more valuable than the gold mine that I was selling. And that was an opportunity to learn, to broaden my understanding on aspects of business, to broaden my understanding on aspects of property rights and the rule of law. And I became a friend of Shabani Mashar Mines. Shabani Mashar Mines being a Zimbabwean company that was expropriated from its rightful owners by the government of Zimbabwe. So through FOSMM, which is an initiative of the 1873 network, I've come to learn a lot about property rights and aspects of rule of law. And recently, actually, at the moment, we've been deliberating on the aspect of constitutionalism. And Stephanie being here tonight, I so many things started running in my mind. America, in 3 days' time, there will be elections.
Yes, Lord.
Sorry?
It's going to be elections.
Yes,
November the 8th.
Oh, yes.
so you can imagine.
I'm still here, and depending upon who wins, I may still be here.
So that in itself it got me asking questions in my head as to the role of democracy in delivering the promise of Africa as far as constitutionalism is concerned, and just understanding the role that public officers play in delivering that promise at the end of the day. And that being said, also understand that the United States of America, through USA and PEPFAR and many other organizations, they are keen on seeing Africa progress. They are keen on seeing Africa prosper. That being said, Ms. Stephanie, I just wanted to hear from you, what sort of Africa do you want to see?
Thank you for your question. I would like to see where my brothers and sisters from what I call the mother continent, where we can, when African Americans, as we call ourselves in the States, we look at our history and how we got to the continent in and of itself, and we were forced, and we certainly have laws and things of that nature that has helped suppress people to move forward. And we certainly have had a lot of growth, I believe, in our country. But it's when I come, what I call back home, and then I see, my brothers and sisters in living in circumstances that I'm like, it's like unbelievable when I know that we built America. I mean, we built the White House in the United States of America. It was a black man that invented the lights, the traffic lights, the refrigerators, and I could go on and on and on. And somehow or another, it's like, it seems to be all captured there when it really started here. So I just feel, my personal feeling is, what can I do to engage and galvanize people with, whatever network I have, to say, how can we help our sisters and brothers in what we call the motherland to really, progress. And I know the politics and the dynamics of leadership and things of that nature, people getting in and out of their lanes and all of that, and everybody doesn't want a change, everybody may not want to progress, everybody may not have a vision, but if you have no vision, you will perish, okay? And so I would like to see partnerships with some of the major metropolitan areas in the United States, having partnerships, real partnerships, not just a ceremonial MOU, memorandum of agreement signing, with real actionable items to follow up on and see them through fruition, and then see progress with outcomes, deliverables. That's what I would really like to see. I know we've had presidents that have put money into Africa, and I'm ever so grateful and I'm thankful for that, because that's so much more than one individual could do. That's a country doing. And I hope that it's appreciated, and I hope that it's, gotten to where it's needed to be. But I think there's a lot that can be done, and there's strength in numbers, and, our mayor has said over and over again from the time that he's been here, having a direct flight from Houston, because he has that commitment to South Africa, would certainly make it easier for us to be able to conduct business. I mean, I spent 23 hours getting here. And when you think of people that want to develop and help, 23 hours on a plane is a very long time. Okay, and so, and you have someone as progressive and proactive as the mayor that we have in Houston, Mayor Sylvester Turner. We should take advantage, of that. And he's going to be pushing the powers to be to see how can corporate America get that direct flight so that we can have real actionable items. You've got a lot of things going on here that we can share and talk about, just even having this kind of camaraderie. We take it for granted because things are just happening. If students graduating, young people graduating from certificate programs, technical colleges, whatever it is to get started, they need mentors when they go into these jobs and workplaces, because they've not been there before. I hadn't been where I was before I got there. But I know some of the challenges that I've gone through, and I believe that sharing how to set up a mentorship program is something that's really needed. So you can have somebody that you can pick up the phone, in our case, text. And, as I was mentioning earlier, some of, my young folk, text me during the middle of the day because they're about to pop off. And it's like, you cannot pop off because you got that car payment and your apartment to pay for, and groceries, for crying out loud. But young people handle things a little bit differently. And you've got, you know, the millennials dealing with the baby boomers, and the baby boomers trying to get out, and they're trying to figure out the millennials, and so corporate America really is trying to figure out, how do we make this work? Because there's at some point, they both are in the same space at the same time, and I think things like that can be shared. And as we're growing, you know, together, well, what is South Africa doing about that? You know, what about 1873? How does that work? You know, do we need to have one in the U.S.? So you all have such a hunger and a thirst for great things to happen, and I'm just overwhelmed with the excitement of what I see and feel around the table, and I'm just so glad that you invited me. I didn't know what this evening was going to turn out to be, but I always say go with the flow with the go. And, you know, and let the Creator just guide you. And so a little bit of a dialogue or a monologue, if you will, but that's what I see in terms of a partnership. I don't like to just talk to be talking or meeting to be meeting. What you want? And then let's talk about, how do we get there? What is the plan? And then let's measure and let's follow up and do those, because that's how change can happen.
I think, yeah, no, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
One of the challenges we have is the market. We don't understand the market